Good. It doesn't matter if it's that loud.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have Coach Saleh available. We begin with questions.
Give him a couple more seconds, guys. He is trying to fix the volume.
I could take more than a few seconds.
All right, yes, and fire away.
Robert, just why was Hackett the guy?
Recording in progress.
Really excited about it. We casted a wide net, like we said we were going to. We interviewed, got well over 15 different candidates for this position. Went to college, went to different schemes, talked to different people. A lot of really, really, really good football coaches out there. But when it came back to a certain checklist that I was trying to go through, just checking boxes on what we were looking for with regards to this next offensive coordinator, just kept circling back to him. He checks every box that we were looking for. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but really, really excited about this and being able to get Nathaniel here.
Robert, obviously things didn't go well for him at his chance in Denver. With your digging and whatnot, what did you unearth out of that? Because obviously on the surface, everybody's looking at what took place in Denver, but there's obviously more to him than that.
Yeah, and you got to own it, right? It's part of the resume, and I get it, but you got to have the discipline to look past recency bias. You got to be able to look past the whatever you want to call Denver. But the fact of the matter is that he got to Denver and he had that opportunity because of his life's work as an offensive coordinator and all the different things that he's done in this league and how much respect he's garnered throughout the league and all those different spots and all the people all the players he's developed in his career and the people that he's worked with. So I get it. I get the sentiment from all that stuff, but you just got to be able to have the discipline to understand, like he was what's the word? It was a celebrated hire when he got hired at Denver, and it just didn't work out. Then sometimes things happen that way. But like I said, super excited about him being our offensive coordinator and giving him an opportunity to work with our young guys and all the things that we've got going for us.
Robert, in the process, how important was getting an experienced play caller? And if you could just specify some of Nathaniel's strengths as a coach.
Yeah, for sure. We went into this feeling like it was important for us to hire an experienced guy, someone who's put it together several times, not at just one spot, but several spots. And but it didn't close the door. We interviewed a lot of potential first time play callers too that were very impressive. But when you look at Nathaniel and this team, we knew we were going to come in with. We know we're going to have a basically revamped offensive line. We've been talking about getting a veteran quarterback in here if we can. We've got a really young group of skill guys, so it was very important for us to have guys who have done it before, because of the conviction, because of the philosophy, and them having the recall and the scars, if you will, to be able to build what we think can be a really special offense. But Nathaniel, he's one of the great strengths is that he is a West Coast guy with regards to scheme. So there's going to be some continuity there. He's got a proven history of being able to develop a heck of a run game in every stop that he's ever been in. He's got a proven track record of tremendous relationships with all the quarterbacks that he's ever worked with, and he's gotten great head success with all the quarterbacks that he's worked with. So there's a lot of strengths with him. His commitment to complementary football, the experience, the innovate. He's an innovative teacher. He's got a laundry list of stuff that we're all really, really excited about.
Robert, you obviously, we can talk about, you can't name specifics, obviously, because a lot of guys are under contract with other teams, but did you, and when you were interviewing Hackett, did you guys lay out what your plan is for a veteran quarterback? Like, did you, when you were discussing his potential hire, did you say like, look, these are the guys we're going to try to go and get?
No, the quarterback position, obviously, with all the different interviews, was the number one concern, and rightfully so. And it was simple. We're committed to finding a veteran. We didn't get into names. I doubt that he's even studied. He hasn't studied those guys yet, which he's going to start next week. But but we didn't get into specifics on names, but it was talked about that we do plan on bringing a veteran quarterback if we can. We do want to continue working with Zach and continue to develop him.
Robert, what was your relationship like with Nate when you guys were in Jacksonville, and do you have any memories of working with him?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable person, first and foremost. He's got tremendous character. He's got a magnetic personality. People just gravitate to him. A very positive person. He's got a great way about him. He's got great, like I said, he's got an elite, and he's very innovative. My relationship with him was one, and it's continued. But aside from all that, the familiarity aside, he's really good at the offense. Really excited to have him.
Robert, can you hear me? I think we're having some technical difficulties. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, I got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
It's in and out. Maybe it's just me, but so
No,
without.
It's not just you, right?
The signal's
Yeah.
completely breaking out.
Yeah, you lose it. We lost that
We
entire.
lost that whole answer. Yeah.
That whole answer is gone because it was kind of clicking in and out.
Yeah, it keeps saying no signal too.
Still,
Yeah, it's not.
It's freaking out
You're
right
going
now.
in and out, Robert. I think it's on your end.
This is not a good omen for Nate Hackett.
We're working on it, guys.
Just for the record. Advance that. I will make that mistake.
Rich, I almost called him Paul on my first question.
Yeah.
how many
It's-
from at probably see him? I'm still
Just
Back from our Jacksonville days. So, obviously he's got an electric personality. I think it's well known throughout the league. He's just got an unbelievable ability to connect with people. He's got a personality that's magnetic, and just people will gravitate to him. Loved his teaching style when he was there, and from just talking to him, it's evolved even more. So he's very innovative in that regard. And so while there was a relationship, he's very well deserving. He's done a lot of things, and he's had a lot of growth over the last 4 or 5 years. And again, just really excited about this hire, and really excited about getting him into this building so we can get to work.
Robert, without getting into, you're not going to mention specifics, of course, but did you, in the back of your mind somewhere through this process in hiring Nate, did you connect his or think about his connections to any particular quarterbacks that might become available?
No, I think it's all surface level stuff, Rich, because it doesn't matter what the connections are. Everyone's got a connection to everybody in this league, but the most important thing was finding a guy who we felt could continue developing our young guys at a very high level, and a guy who's done it before, a guy who's had success in this league with a variety of different quarterbacks. And like I said, after every interview, just went back to my list to just kind of review where we stood, and Nathaniel checked every box, and just really fortunate, how much he believes in us as an organization. He could have sat on the couch for 4 years, and so his excitement to be here is reciprocated. So he's like I said, really excited. It's a really, really good hire, and really excited about the direction that we're going to be able to go.
Robert, even though it is obviously very early, it seems like the season just ended, which it did, but where are you guys at with the veteran quarterback search and assessment, and what kind of input will Nathaniel have in that?
That's probably going to be more of a Joe question. I'm going to go on vacation here tomorrow. Need it. But no, when we get back to work, we're going to take next week to just kind of let everybody start traveling and get themselves back and get back in town. We'll start that process next week. I know Joe's already, as a coaching staff, Joe, I'm sure he's got something to say too, but there's whatever they do upstairs that we haven't been connected to that.
Robert, given that your goal obviously is to win a championship, when you look at these veteran quarterbacks who might be available, how important is it to you that person you ultimately sign has winning playoff experience on his resume?
Obviously that's something, Ian, for sure. But you got to look at the whole thing. We look inward first, and we believe we have a top flight defense. We believe we've got young skill guys that are continuing to develop, who haven't even hit their ceilings yet. We've got an unbelievable running back that's coming, a running game that's got with a running back and a couple of running backs actually that are going to come back strong next year. We're going to build our offensive line, and so it's more finding the right guy that we feel can lead us in the direction that we need to go, and play complementary football with us. And so there's a lot of excitement here. We feel like we've got a really good football team, and like I said, there's a lot of attention on the veteran, but there's also Zach, and there's the people that are in this building too, and we want to continue developing those guys. So,
Robert, you guys also hired a new offensive line coach, Keith Carter. Can you talk a little bit about what you liked about him and how that process kind of went along finding that guy?
Yeah, we're shocked he got let go at Tennessee. Obviously, philosophical differences, and not to speak for them, but really excited about Keith. Continually, he in his time at Tennessee, even with Derrick Henry out, they were still able to spit out top 10 run games. Been very effective in the red zone, running the football, getting the ball through past the goal line, all that good stuff. But hard-nosed, hard-charging football coach that we're really excited to get. So this combination, again, there was a lot of things going on with the O-line coach and the coordinator, and just trying to make sure that we paired up the perfect team. And like I said, feel like we hit a home run, and just very excited about them and their ability to work together and get us in the direction that we're hoping we can go.
Robert, you've spoken a lot about the run game, and whether it's Carter, whether it's with Hackett and his proven experience with that. How important is it for you guys to build this from the run game around the quarterback? Because you kind of around the NFL, a lot of people talk about the quarterback and building it specifically around the quarterback, where you guys seem like you're putting the focus heavily on the run game.
For sure. Obviously the quarterback, we've said it before, he's the head of the snake, but you still want to make his job easy. There's only 2 or 3 guys that you can put the entire game on their shoulders and ask them to go win a football game, play in and play out. At the end of the day, especially in the East, where we could use the Cincinnati Buffalo game as an example. Cincinnati ran for over 200 yards in the snow and bad weather, and that's what it's going to take to win in this part of the country, especially if we want to host playoff games. We got to be built from the ground up, and so just really excited about, again, the combination of guys and their proven history and their proven track record of being able to build and establish run games that I think complement who we are very well.
So you said
Robert,
cold weather, a cold weather quarterback is a priority.
I don't know if those, I don't know about that one. It's we'll get into all that hopefully next week.
Robert, could you describe just how you told Nathaniel and the other guys you interviewed, what do you want from them with Zach Wilson? Like what is their task with Zach Wilson right now? Because it's kind of a unique situation where he's been here for 2 years, he's played for 2 years, but you guys are going to go for a veteran quarterback. What is the task with Zach Wilson right now for your offensive coordinator?
I feel like it's the same thing that we've told all of you guys, and we've been transparent through the whole thing. Zach, we still have a lot of faith in him. He does things with the football in his arm that you can't teach, and he's still young. He's only 23 years old, and he's already got 2 years under his belt in this league. And so we just want to make sure that we give him every opportunity to grow and develop. So the expectation is to pour your heart and soul into that young man, just like you will every other player on this football team. The definition of a football coach is developing the players to the best of their ability and finding what their ceiling is. And, we're very confident in Nathaniel and his ability to do that. And again, that's something that we talked about with everybody.
Robert, you had talked about maybe adding like a senior offensive assistant, that kind of thing. Is that still in play given Nathaniel's experience? Is that something you're kind of putting to the side now?
No, we still want to do that. I still want to recreate the same format we had when we first got here with God rest his whole soul, Napper. But I still want to do that. I think it's a good working dynamic when you look across the league, and just the that role, I think, is becoming something very important.
Robert, I just you when you were asked about Denver before, you kind of said recency bias. But outside that 1 year in Jacksonville, the numbers for Nathaniel Hackett's offense are not great with Jacksonville, with Buffalo, and Green. I'm excluding Green Bay, where he wasn't the primary play caller. What is it beyond the numbers? Because that's what we have right now in front of us is those, the statistics. What is it beyond those statistics that you see in him?
Like I said, his ability to connect with his players and teach and get people on the same page, and his the innovation at which he goes about things, his style of coaching, the philosophy he has with regards to scheme. I could argue on the flip side that the places he's been, players had their best years with him, and so you take that for what it's worth. But he's a fantastic football coach and well respected around this league, and we're just really, like I said, really happy that we were able to get him.
Robert, what are the advantages of having a guy, even though it was a short period of time in Denver, who has run an entire operation? As one of your assistants, Give
it to me one more time, Mark. I'm sorry.
Even though, he wasn't in Denver for a long time, Nathaniel, what are the advantages of bringing a guy in who has run an entire operation, as your coordinator? Does that help you, in other areas as well? Yeah.
Nathaniel, just talking to him, I mean, it's going through the year he had a year ago, there's a wealth of knowledge you can gain from it. Like I said, you learn through adversity, you learn through struggle, and just talking to him and what he's learned through the last year, and not only just from an organizational standpoint, but from an offensive standpoint, and the things that he wishes he can go back and fix. I think there's so much value. I know it's hard to look at because it's so recent, but the amount of growth and learning that you can get from that experience is, especially if you attack it with a great spirit and a great mindset, you can have a ridiculous amount of growth as an individual. And just speaking with Nathaniel, you know that you can feel that he has learned a lot from the last year, and that learning is something that we'll be able to lean on.
We'll take a couple more for Coach.
Robert, where are you on wide receivers, Coach?
We're still once Nathaniel gets here, we're going to give him the ability to talk to everybody on the staff and continue to fill in those positions.
Robert, if you sign a veteran quarterback, that's obviously going to be a significant financial investment in that player. Is it a plausible scenario that a veteran quarterback could go to camp, have an open competition with Zach, and lose that competition where Wilson is your starting quarterback? Is that plausible in your mind after you've made that financial commitment?
I don't know about that one. Let's go through that process. You can ask me that one before training camp.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach. This concludes today's availability.
Thanks, guys.